Let's return to Alexandra now, where tensions have spiraled in the area following the death of a 10-year-old girl who's suspected to have eaten contaminated food from a local spaza shop. Her mother and younger brother have since been hospitalized. Our reporter Veronica Makhoali is there and joins us live for an update. Veronica, before our line got cut off a short while ago, it would seem tensions were running high in the area as residents are demanding answers. What's the situation there?
Well, I can tell you that the situation now is relatively calm. We did hear of some sporadic measures taken by some of the residents who went to the street after us on 4th Avenue. It is understood that that spaza shop on 4th Avenue is owned by the same individual, which you would remember has now fled the scene and essentially took out a few products from there that were set alight. But at the moment, the situation is calm. But we did hear that threat from residents themselves saying that they will return to the community, they will return to the spaza shop as well if an engagement is not had by Tuesday, and have threatened, of course, to shut down these spaza shops in the greater Alexandra community. But we were also talking, Tlantla, before the line cut about accountability, about the involvement of officials. And this afternoon we are joined by the Assistant Director of Environmental Health for the Gauteng Province. Mayor, thank you so much for your time. What have you had in terms of discussions, what have you heard rather from the family in terms of an environmental health department and your intervention?
Thank you, ma'am. I heard that the child ate those snacks, and while she was eating those snacks, she was disturbed by the smell that comes from the snack, and she wanted the mother to taste the very same snack. And, you know, in no time, the child started to complain about the chest pain, and the mother tasted the food, the very same snack. And later on, the mother started to complain about the stomach pains.
Yeah. And we've been hearing this word snack, and we saw some of those products coming out of the spaza shops earlier today. Do we have any identification of what it was? Was it chips? Was it sweets? What is the snack that has been identified as the suspected cause of this young girl's death?
Currently, we cannot state whether we saw what is in the packet, but however, we managed to get hold of an empty packet that it was mentioned that it is the very same kind of product that the child was actually feeding on. And with that, we took some pictures of that. We're going to follow that up just to make sure that we take a sample of that and further get to hear whether is there anything that's got to do with toxicity, you know, related to that product, particular snacks. I would rather call them snacks because I cannot say Zimba, because Zimba is like, you know, you are claiming to talk about a different product, but it's a snack, you know. So in that, we are looking forward to see what could be, you know, problem with that particular product.
And we also then saw, of course, the police removing some of the products in there. Is this going to form part of your investigation as well? I'm actually sent to find out what transpired relating the death of this child. Municipality has also a role, and they were here before. Surely they will be doing something because they have, you know, a specific role in terms of monitoring shops and, you know, ensuring whatever that is on the shelf is actually safe enough for human consumption. And just a final question, which I have to ask. We've been seeing this situation happening across Gauteng and now increasingly across the country. As a provincial department, is this not more of a reactive approach rather than a proactive, knowing what has been transpiring around communities in relation to spaza shops?
Reactive approach in the sense that we are addressing what problems are, you know, related to the particular you know, information that comes forth, where now people will tell that the child, you know, consumed some of this product. This is the reaction part that we are taking. However, municipality from time to time, they are always on the lookout, you know, to monitor and do inspections at these shops, and they have got record and they do their part in terms of ensuring that, you know, the food that is sold out there is safe for human consumption.
Well, thank you so much for your time. That was the Assistant Director from Environmental Health here in the provincial government speaking about what they are doing in terms of their intervention as officials from the environmental health part. But I can tell you certainly from what we've been seeing across Gauteng that this department is increasingly overwhelmed. Just the sheer number of cases that we have had to go to in regards to children being related to suspected poisoning, suspected contamination, but not just that, the number of raids as well that we've been seeing happening across the province. They're speaking about the fact that it's not necessarily a reactive approach, but rather what they need to do in terms of intervention. But for now, I can tell you, Nhlanhla, that the family here continues to mourn. They are devastated and heartbroken in regards to what has happened. We know as well that the provincial police department has also released a statement calling for calm in this specific community. Back to you.
Our reporter Veronica Makhoali, also our eyes and ears in Alexandra Township this time, of course, reacting to news of the death of a 10-year-old child girl from a suspected food poisoning incident.